Alright, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tres Hombres. I'm your host, Tayton, and I'm once again joined by my co hosts, Mason
Hello.
and Ethan.
Hello.
And today we'll be talking about AI and the stock market. So, starting with AI,
Ooh.
as we all know, in the past year, especially with like the release of OpenAI's image generating software and ChatGPT's, well, chat AI software, AI has seen like a big boom. Things that people thought never would have thought possible, like just 2 or 3 years ago, it become reality. And now you see all sorts of companies try to take advantage of that, incorporating AI into their own products or just making their own AI products using what's currently available. So, like, what do you guys think right now the implications for AI are?
There has to be a bunch of new laws and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for like just crimes and stuff, you can just generate anything pretty much.
Yeah, there was I know in Florida recently, two middle schoolers were arrested after they made deep fake no pictures of their female classmates.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
Like, I mean, right now AI, like, it's just because it's so new, right? So we have like zero regulation regarding what you can or can't do, or like what kind of things you can make with AI. It's kind of like a dangerous experimentation phase right now, I think.
Yeah, it's because you can't like stop AI. I think there's always going to be like someone or something that can just bypass the stuff and then just create whatever they want to. And AI is really powerful, so like it can affect people like individuals and organizations. But I don't know, just random people is fine.
Random
Yeah.
people.
So like for me, I mean, if someone I don't think you can generate a picture of me because like I'm not famous or whatever. Like you could probably.
No, as long as you have like a couple pictures of the person, you can use it to make like a model for like I think from what I know, right, for AI
Yeah.
images, you kind of just get like several images of like what you want the AI to learn about, and so from those image sets or like those data sets, it learns about the object. So like if I had like 10 pictures of like maybe you from different angles and different poses, I put it in an AI, it could use like software to kind of learn what you look like, and then from there make images based on what it thinks it learned about you.
Ah. So I don't know what those laws or things would look like because once you generate something, there's really hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in the beginning, AI was like it was so obvious to tell what was AI generated, but now it's actually improved rapidly. Like, at the beginning it was just look at the hands, look at the legs, but now a lot of more modern AI image generating software. I can't believe I'm saying modern, even though it's been like a few months. Like
Yeah.
now it actually looks realistic. Like you can't tell really that much of a difference. So like really look closely at like the backgrounds.
Hmm.
Do you guys think like with all the AI videos and pictures that like court evidence will have to start like dismissing pictures, videos in the future?
Isn't there
'Cause-
something like that?
Yeah, that's a good concern since like I think ChatGPT, they also released a new like AI video generating
Oh yeah,
software.
Sora.
Yeah, so now you can generate videos, but I think okay, I don't know if it's the reliable. So I forgot where I saw it, but I know someone said CCTV, like the format it uses is kind of like hard coded. So I think it's kind of impossible to just AI generate CCTV. Like you can try and make it like a filter or whatever, but like I think like the source file itself is like just hard coded in a way that you can't really like make it fraudulent. But I don't have a source, so take that with a whole salt shaker full of salt.
What do you guys think that, with AI, what's that going to do for the future generations, because they're super young and they will kind of just believe anything.
You mean our generation?
No, I mean like,
Yeah.
Gen Alpha now cuz like
Oh,
they
Gen Alpha.
constantly, they're now on TikTok all the time. Their
Dude, they're using
attention
TikTok as
spans.
a search engine, man. Like,
Yeah, so I mean with
bro.
AI
Uh,
now on like in the future there's going to be a lot of AI on TikToks, Instagram. What do you think that's going to do?
oh, I like the AI on Instagram. It's pretty funny. You can generate pretty much anything. Like you can bypass like you're not supposed to say like keywords like Joe Biden or something. It'll just stop. But you can say like president number and then just put in the number.
46.
Yeah, and then
I think Biden's the 46th. 'Cause I think
Wait, what?
Wait, no.
He's the 50th, right?
What?
Wait.
No.
No, I'm thinking of states.
Boy Scout, Eagle Scout Mason does not even know how many presidents we've
I
had.
forgot, bro.
Mason. But yeah, I think AI in terms of the future generations, like everything in life, there's gonna be an upside and a downside. The upside is right now you can see in companies AI is being used to actually like help a lot of people. You know, products are becoming are more dynamic where it can suit like a customer's needs. And you know, ChatGPT, while it's not the most accurate like AI because it's designed just to give you a realistic response, not really an accurate one, but you know, it is still useful for things like schoolwork or just office work too. But the downside, I think, is the spread of misinformation, like, you know, just people making fake images. Like I seen this one YouTube channel. For some, I don't know why it gets popped up and recommended. Probably because of like I watch politics and news. But bro, it literally just has like AI generated New York bus protests, and like it's so obvious that the image is AI generated. But you look at the title and it's like, New York is getting flooded with migrants. It has begun, and like in all dramatic text, and like the image is just AI generated software. I'm like, dude, what is this garbage? And then like, it's just so easy to spread misinformation with AI. And then there's also the fact that more kind of like artistic jobs are kind of getting phased out because of AI. I won't say phased out because it's not really like a transition or like an evolution, but more just like a profit saving measure. But like there was a lot of claims that Disney's movie, I think, I don't know what's it called, the one about, I think it was called Wish or something. Yeah, people were there was a decent amount of people who were claiming it was written by AI because of how like generic and the script was, and how certain parts were like, okay, they were building up, but then like they were trying to build up to something, but then like it just never went anywhere, and like people were like, yeah, that's kind of suspicious.
I thought it was pretty bad. I had to watch it.
You had to watch it. I watched one review like about why people thought it was written by AI, and I was like, wow, just from the plot, like summary, this movie sounds so boring.
Yeah.
Like you have a villain who's just like, give me your wish, like give me what you dream to be, and I'm just like, okay, so we're giving him dreams to be happy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then there's Megamind 2 also came out. Yeah, that was apparently super bad.
Oh, really?
I never even realized it. I only realized it came out because this YouTuber called Moist Critical, he put out a video. It was like, oh, Megamind 2 is the worst movie of the year, and he talked about how they were so lazy with the animation that some of them just seemed like they're dragging a PNG down, like off screen. Like all the supervillains use their attack once, and then they just die.
I had to watch that too.
Oh my god.
My little brother, he was like, we need to watch Megamind 2 now. And he was just playing it in the background, so I watched some parts of it.
Was it good?
No.
No, with AI now you can make your own Megamind 2 movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Mason, you should become a filmmaker.
Wow, Megamind 3. I can dream big.
You're gonna get copyrighted. You're gonna lose all your money.
Lawsuit.
Big minded one.
Well, as long as they're not trying to profit off of it, I don't think they can sue because AI isn't like a copyrighted material. I think that's like one of the few laws that's been actually implemented. Like anything AI generated you can't copyright it. But I think the main problem is it's going to get harder and harder to detect what is AI generated. Yeah. But you know, like some people have actually been making AI generated books. Like they'll just like they'll have AI generate a book for them. Like, you know, they put in a prompt and stuff, and they'll slap some other well-known author's name on the book and just sell it on Amazon as like an ebook.
Wow. Do you know if the books are any good, or?
I'd imagine they're anywhere from mediocre to dog water. Like, I don't know. I don't think AI can be that good at writing books. Yeah. But something AI has been used for I guess the benefit of some people, is in the stock market, where AI is currently being used to analyze markets and make instantaneous decisions based on its analysis. So we'll turn to our stock expert, Ethan. How do you think, Ethan, based on your market research, what implications do you think AI has for like the stock market?
Well, I mean, for one, I guess if you think you have a really good AI bot, then it reduces a lot of stress and I guess anxiety because when you're on the stock market and trade, you have to constantly look at your candlesticks, see if the trade's going to go bad or not. But I guess with an AI bot that's like at least consistently profitable, then you don't have to really worry about if you're going to be losing a lot of money. And you can think of it like as a passive income at that point if the AI bot's really good. So I think that it has good implications for reducing stress and anxiety, but with that, I feel like a lot of the top firms will start just using AI and then they'll just because then all the new traders that are trying to get into the market, I guess, will have a hard time because all these AI bots are just making very fast micro decisions. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it's good right now for making money, but if you want to start out as new, kind of have a harder time
All right.
starting out.
Before we move on, you want to just clarify what a candlestick is?
Oh yeah, so when you're trading on the stock market, these little bars that you see, they're called candlesticks. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, why? Because they like burn down.
No, so usually in the stock market, the way how a stock moves, you can usually, if you look at a 1 minute chart, you'll see like all how price moved within like 1 minute. So they call it a candlestick because if you look at the bar, there's like this straight line that goes, there's this bar, and then there's like a straight line that goes on top. And that would tell you like usually how high the price went within that 1 minute. And then there's also they call it a wick. So there are two wicks, like one on the top, one on the bottom. And usually the wicks tell you how high the price went or how low the price went during that like 1 minute. And then you can change that between days. Like I want to see if the price moved up this high or this low within a day, a week, month, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So that's like your basic anatomy of a candlestick.
So the candlestick tells you the current price.
Yep.
And the wicks tell you how much it changed in the past minute.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stock expert Ethan.
No.
Although add a little tangent, I think it's important to understand that you have when Ethan says your AI has to be good, it has to be good. Like it cannot be bad, or else you still need to manage it.
Yeah.
Because in 2010, the stock market actually lost $1 trillion of value in like a matter of seconds because a bunch of bots were just trading stocks and options. But then one bot just started selling a bunch, and all the other bots were like, "Oh no, value going down," and so they all just sold at the same time, and then the stock market just plummeted. And so they had to, like all these companies had to shut down their bots, and then like, the stock market went back up, but everyone was like, "What the hell happened here?" But yeah, make sure if you're gonna use AI on the stock market, it is good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. As long as people are making money, I don't think people will really care about like the moral implications of AI.
Just look at American corporations.
Yeah.
Or
Money.
corporations in general. Yeah, Mason loves money.
Yeah.
He once sold his cat for money.
Not yet.
Wait, whoa. Oh, well, yeah, you have a cat.
Yeah.
His name is Mango.
Yeah.
How is Mango?
He's okay.
Are you gonna replace Mango with an AI?
With money.
All right. Let's go back to our stock expert, Ethan.
Whoa.
What advice do you have for anyone? Because you're already you yourself are a newcomer to the stock market.
Yes.
Is that correct? So, do you have any what's been your experience on the stock market so far?
Like advice, what I give people if they start out,
Or how's it going? Like, how's it been on the stock market for you personally?
I could tell you that the stock market's one of the most anxiety and stress inducing things I have ever done in my life because it's great when you're making money because they've done research that when you actually make money on the stock market, you get a huge boost of dopamine. And
So kind of like gambling.
yeah, it's like gambling. It's like, oh shit. And then when you get that rush of dopamine. And I have experienced that before. And while it is great, it is also not great if it goes the opposite way. Because like there was a saying is like if you trade on the stock market, if the money goes your way, you feel like you're the best genius
On
in the
top
world.
of the world.
Yeah, but then you can feel like you're the dumbest person in the world. So I'd say if you want to do the stock market, you have to make sure you have a really high risk tolerance, or just don't trade at all because it will mess you up. There are stories of people actually committing suicide because of the stock market. There was a story on Rob. This kid, he was trading on Robinhood. He was like 700K in debt. He was in his 20s. Apparently, there's some sort of like I guess technical difficulties or some sort of miscommunication because he wasn't actually 700K in debt, but when he looked at his account, it looked like he was, so he committed suicide after that. But yeah, he wasn't, but it's really unfortunate. So if you go in the stock market, you have to also make sure that the money that you're willing to risk, you're just happy to lose it. Like if you go in, like if you put $2,000, you just have to assume that I lost already $2,000.
I love losing $2,000
Yeah.
in one night. Yeah.
He had 700K.
No,
No,
I
he was
mean,
just 700K in debt.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
how do you can go further? Oh shoot.
yeah, you can't. Like if the stock price like really depreciates a lot, then you actually kind of have to owe money back
Wow.
to pay it back. That
Wow.
So
So if you invested like $2, you could be in debt for a lot more.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the stock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, kids, the stock market is not just what Wall Street Bets tells you. Do not simply buy the stock and go YOLO. People have lost their life savings because of that.
YOLO.
But
YOLO.
That's what Mason would do. He probably would just like go to some meme stock like GameStop or AMC. He'd just like put his life savings in. Like, look at it. You guys can't see his face. He's smiling. He would totally do that.
That would be pretty funny though.
He'd like steal his mom's credit card, buy like
Oh,
100 shares of
1 million
GameStop,
V-Bucks.
watch the stock plummet, and he'd go to his mom like, "Hey, mom, you're in debt now," and he just moves out to college.
Uh,
Yeah.
That'd
he's
be pretty
imagining.
funny.
He's imagining it right now. But yeah, Ethan, do you have any final words of wisdom for our viewers in the stock market?
I guess when you go in the stock market, you think you kind of know stuff, but then kind of humbles you a lot because nothing goes really your way. Like no matter how much research in the end you do, it kind of really comes down.
To chance.
Yeah, and also your psychology, like how confident are you in your own strategies? Because like the moment you start abandoning your strategies, then you go on emotions, and the moment you go on emotions, then nothing really goes well.
are you
So,
tied? Like, are you always tied to your like the stock market if you like invest? Because you can go lower than what you like. You can be in debt
Invest.
for more than what you paid, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
then, do you always have to keep checking?
Yeah, so what I do is I don't hold my stocks that long. What I do is they call it scalping. So you enter a trade, you kind of put in a lot, but the main point is you put a lot so that when you exit the trade in like a minute or two, then you can take a lot of profits. So that's scalping. That's what I do. So I don't hold it long, so I don't always have to look back on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can that way if you hold it longer, then you could kind of put less capital because then you also have a less chance of just losing money. But if it grows, then at least you're slowly gaining money. But I scalp because it's just faster way to make profits. But then it's also a faster way to lose if you're not careful. So yeah.
Every time I hear you say scalp, I think like, oh, I bought this PS5 and I'm gonna sell it for way more.
I think of like actual scalp, just like a bald person's head, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you can think of it that way.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
a bald
okay.
Oh,
person.
you just trim the top.
Yeah, you're just doing small trims and you're just taking whatever
of
you
their
have.
skin.
Yeah.
Little tiny
Okay.
pieces of hair as profit.
Yeah, so like if you are like riding a trend, like if it's going down, then you can ride that trend. Just scalp small profits off of it. You don't hold it the entire way.
Short sell.
Yeah.
And I think, Ethan, I think you told me one time about how you can just simply open multiple accounts and kind of just tie them like together.
Oh yeah, so the one I'm doing. I trade with a prop firm. So basically, what prop firms are is that they give money to retail traders. So retail traders are people that just trade on their own, independent traders without an employment. So they give those to independent traders. So first you gotta pass the test. and then they give you, if you pass it, they give you money, or they give you money, and then you could do as many tests as you want, and you can have as many accounts as you want. So the one I'm with, you can have like up to 20 accounts, and basically what it does is you trade on one account, for example, and then you can copy trade all those 19 accounts. So if you buy on one account, then the other 19 will copy that same trade, the same price you entered, and then it will also copy out the same time you exit it out. So they will copy all your profits or your losses. So
if you lose big on one, then you're just done for.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
if
like a
you lose,
multiplier.
if you lose $100 on one account, then you lost $100 on other 19 accounts.
So it's like a 20 times
Yeah.
multiplier.
It's only if you are really
Confident.
confident, you're pro, you're experienced and stuff. So
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, stock expert Ethan. Hopefully, you'll join us on the next episode of the show, which I guarantee you will because you are like part of this group.
Yeah.
But let's give a hand for Ethan. But with that expert analysis, that is unfortunately all the time we have for today. So thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this special edition of Tres Hombres, and hopefully you guys will tune in for the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
bye bye.